Okay, there may be other times you want to insert other items. For instance, we're on a piece of paper right now that we can type on, but let's say we want to add another sheet of paper just like this one that we can type on. Over here, if I tap on the slide or the item that I'm on, I've got the option to duplicate it. So if I tap duplicate, if you notice, now I have two of those sheets that are identical. Now if I had already started typing on it, the same thing I typed would be there, but you could just delete it and start typing something different. So that's how you insert a duplicate page from what you already have. But let's say you're on this page and you want to insert just a blank sheet of paper. Well, if you go to the bottom, you'll see a plus sign. If I tap on it, I get the options of lined paper. This was originally a book, so you've got book pages, which we won't be using for this, but here's a blank sheet of paper. So if I just tap on it, I have a blank sheet of paper. So again, that was from the plus sign. Now, there are times where, let's say, that your teacher wants you to start comparing characters. And if you look at the very top, we're comparing emotions versus traits, because emotions happen like the weather. You can have 6 different emotions throughout one single day, but as far as the kind of person you are is still the same. If you're friendly when you wake up, you're friendly when you're born, you're friendly for the rest of your life. But your weather or emotions changes several times during the day. So let's say you're comparing that, and we've got this chart where you can type each character's name at the top and their emotions going down the side, and ultimately their traits at the bottom. So how did I insert this chart to show that one particular character was happy on day 1 and sad an hour later, and then angry when she got home, but ultimately her trait is friendly? How did I do that? Well, if I go to this next page, or just create a blank page for you, to insert a chart like that, you're going to go to the plus sign because you're inserting, and instead of being in the multimedia, go here to this first one, and you'll see charts. You'll see different colors if you swipe. But since the frog book is green, we're just going to choose this first one by tapping on it. Notice it comes in super tiny, but don't forget you can resize anything once it's highlighted by dragging the little dots. Okay? And then each is a cell that you just start typing in. Now you may have to increase the font, and when you do that, you have to double tap on the font to highlight it. See how it's highlighted in blue? And then anytime you alter or want to make improvements to what you've got highlighted, you just hit the paintbrush. And notice that here's where I can increase the size. I can just keep tapping on this plus sign, and notice my word has gotten bigger. Plus, 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 plus. Okay? So that, and then I can just tap anywhere off the screen and it'll be the way I want it. So that's a good tool to use if you're comparing different things, especially characters. On the next page down here, I want to show you how easy it is to insert shapes. And sometimes, they say pictures are worth 1,000 words. It's true. So if you go to the plus sign, and instead of the graphs and charts, go to the shapes option. And they're really not just shapes, but they're pictures too. It's also where you get your text, if you notice right here. So if you ever just want to type inside a page, you just type text. So if I type it, double tap, I can start typing. Okay. Once I click off of it and back on, I can move it around. It's like an object now. And I can resize it like I showed you. But since we're still in shapes, I've got all kinds of categories here of things that I can insert if I just tap. And we don't want to spend all of class time going through these like this. That would take forever. So what's handy is this search tool. Now you do have to somewhat know how to spell or ask your neighbor, but like for instance, if we want to look for a frog, because this is Operation Frog, I type it and I tap on him. I can make him green by going to the paintbrush. Right now it says he's filled with the color blue, but if I type on it, or tap on it rather, I have different options to choose from. Lots of different ways I can color. I can even insert an image inside of him. But for now, let's just go to color. Some of these are already made for you. Just type on it or tap on it. So now we have a green frog. If we want to insert emojis, that's when we're typing and we want to use our keyboard. So again, go to the plus sign, cancel that out, go back to the beginning, basic, that's where text is. I'm going to hit text again and double type. Now that I'm typing, if you notice my keyboard down here, I can show emoji. So let's say I want to talk about how a character is sad. I've got some options here that I can use. And I can make that bigger too if I need to. And I can just use my arrow to back away the rest of the text. So that's how we insert emojis. But again, and I can move them around. Again, you don't want to spend too much time with those things, but just know that you do have an option if you can get in quick, find the emoji you want, and then move on. So that's shapes and emojis. Also, if you search like school, because this takes place in a school, I don't even have to finish typing the letters, SCH, and I've got a school, I've got a backpack, lots of options there, and I can color it. Sometimes you have to get creative, and if you want something with squiggly lines, you'll have to remember, well, if I type in water, water has squiggly lines, and I can use that for something in my drawing. Maybe not use it as water, but maybe you're wanting to show like a flag or some sort of decoration on your drawing. You could do that. You just have to be creative in using pieces of another picture to create something else. If I go to this page, there's another option of things that you can insert, and it's called an image gallery. So if I go to the plus sign and I go into not shapes, but the multimedia button, below photo, camera, record audio is image gallery. If I tap on that, it is basically a way of putting several photos in at once. And it even says, tap the plus sign to add images. So if I tap plus, I can choose photos that I already have. So let's say I want to pick this one, and this one. All I have to do is tap, tap, tap. And then I can go to the top and add it. I can even double tap on that word caption, and now I can caption my photos. But notice when I tap on it, I've got this arrow right here. That shows you that there's more than one picture. And also the 3 dots shows you that I've got 3 pictures here. So if I tap on the arrow, I can see all 3. So it's just sometimes nice to know what all you can add. And of course you see here as well, if I decide I want a 4th one, I just tap that, go in and grab that 4th one, add it, and now I've got 4 dots, so I know I've got 4 pictures sitting there. So it's just a nice tool to have. And that's it.